So earlier I remembered this remix that I did for Andy Ward for his Sounds of the Booth label, and I thought, yeah, this would make a really nice one for a bit of a behind the scenes video. And you know, this is a real nice vibe, and it's got a real nice kind of dubby, almost 90s kind of flavour to it. So I thought I'd take you on a little tour, because it's quite nice to look at these projects every now and again. So let's just play from the beginning. Just whilst I'm here, I'll show you on the master. I've got some processing going on, the magnetic, and this has basically got a very slight amount of the built-in limiter here. I'm using it mainly for the tape and vintage here, just to add a little bit of gelling in there. And this is followed by the Vibe EQ, which is a really nice EQ that I like to use as a master. You can see here low cut, 30 Hertz, just a little bit of roll off the bass at 60 Hertz, a little dip at 240, take away some of the muddiness, and rolling back at 3.2k here, just a little dip because I felt it was a little bit harsh, and then some real high frequency energy lifted with the high shelf. And what I'll do is I'll take these off so you can see before and after. Finally, I've got the L2, so that's doing the final limiting job. So what I'll do is I'll take it back, take these off, so you can feel there's a real lack in energy now. Those 3 plugins there are giving it the real kind of mastered flavour. So lifting the level, not making it too loud. All right. So in terms of the beats, you can see here some programmed stuff. This is a drum kit on the Ultra Beat. Okay, so let's have a look. See these all being triggered on the left hand side, the programming coming from the MIDI region here, and that's just on loop, just for convenience. Sometimes when I'm laying down beats in Logic, I'll just set something up, quickly push L, get it looped, start arranging from there. Additional hats. This is looks like another instance of Ultra Beat on top, so just layered to add some extra vibe on there. EXS24 for the rim shot. Also, shaker somewhere. I just heard that come in. There we go. So that's probably an Apple loop. All right. Click. M1 click. Organ bass from the M1. That classic patch. Also want to show you, where are we? The Selena strings. This is on the EXS24. I'm going to open it up. This patch, Selena strings patch, I've used it a lot. Really, really nice. Just with some envelope adjustments here. So it's got this nice kind of slow attack. Almost sounds reversed. So it's working nicely. So it's just coming up to this section here. I will talk to her with no hesitating, 'cause I think that she'll be on me, no anticipating. Let's talk about this vocal. It's got a lot of processing on it. You can see that. So on the channel strip, you can see gain followed by compressor. Now the gain was probably just to adjust the level. I mean, this is an old project, all right, so it's a long time ago. So it's probably just to adjust the level before it hit the compressor. Compressor just being used to bind the level together a bit, so it felt a bit inconsistent. Following that, Space Designer, there's a plate on there, and also channel EQ. Don't know why I'm laying up these. I must have felt I needed to EQ it at that point, which I did. And after that, MDEX, which is part of the Korg digital collection effects. It's a Korg Poly 6 ensemble, so it thickens the vocal out. Tape delay for a little bit of echo. And then some more Space Designer. Why did I use that again? It's a very short impulse, so not sure exactly why. But let me just show you the vocal without all of that. Let's take these off. You can see how much of a difference the processing makes. I will talk to her with no hesitating. So it was actually quite a bad recording. I think that's what's going on there. I used all of this to just make it sound a little bit nicer. I will talk to her with no hesitating, 'cause I think that she'll be on me, no anticipating. Take that off solo. 'Cause I really wanna get with you tonight, 'cause you're one of a kind. Sub bass, just a real simple sine wave here on the ES2. All right, so the ES2 is a real versatile synthesizer in Logic. There was a vocal sample that I had on the original. I don't know where it is actually. That's down here. It should be triggering, but couldn't find a vocal. But it's alright. It was only a very short kind of ad lib. Oh yeah, so the organ you're hearing. So this was rendered. I'll tell you a little story. I used to have the Korg M1 LE, which came free with a nano keyboard that I had, and only allowed one instance at a time. So that meant that I had to bounce in place sounds from that, and so that's why some of the musical instruments on this are actually bounce in place. Okay, so they were originally the Korg M1. I eventually ended up buying the whole digital collection separately, so I've got the M1. I can have multiple instances now. Okay, so the arps here, show you. There's another one up here. What I'm going to do is to show you, in terms of composing, if you want some variety, having an arp that's going up and then going down as a contrast is a good way of doing it. So look. So that's going up, and I think this one's down. It's actually just a different kind of programming on the ARP there. And we've got some more down here, so I think these were different speeds. So instead of it being a fast speed on the ARP, it's now actually slower. Yeah, so it works quite nicely. So really it's kind of recycling existing elements and doing something new with them, which is something that I do quite a lot, and a lot of people will do anyway. So a very simple structure, 2 breakdowns. In fact, actually, looking at it, it's 3, but this one's just a nice kind of relaxed one without the vocal at the end. I don't remember there being anything dramatic at the end of this. Okay, so really that's just a kind of an ending to the track. It wasn't trying to do any kind of dramatic build-up or anything. You don't always have to have that kind of stuff going on. So just a really simplistic little track idea, little remix. Not too many elements. Mainly you can see here it's focused around the drums and the percussion elements. Musically there's only about 5 instruments in total, majority of which were the M1. So I just wanted to give you a little look at that, and as usual, if you've got any questions, this is an old project, bear in mind, so I can't remember everything that I did on this, alright, but if there are any questions that I can get back to you on, just let me know, and I will do. Alright, speak to you guys soon.